guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with another brand new thoughts video for all of you guys. Yeah, I know, 2 on the exact same day. Well, I guess it's pretty obvious from the last one. I did see 2 movies back to back, so yeah, I guess ever since I did my last thoughts video where I talked about Joker, I think I of course decided to do another one on another movie that I actually got to see on the exact same day, and yeah, oddly enough, it's actually a really special one for sure. So yeah, I kind of figured that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing for today. Since after I got done with one, I might as well go ahead and talk about another one. So yeah. And of course, if you couldn't tell from the last video, I do have the proof that I actually bought 2 tickets for 2 separate movies, just to get that out of the way. Which I should say, by the way, I think I did get them at a pretty good price for being about $6 each. So I guess I did get myself a good deal for that one. So yeah, I guess seeing how last time I actually talked about Joker, I think this one in particular, I actually been wanting to talk about ever since the little hint that I gave at the last one. And in case you didn't know, I think I'm going to be talking about Zombieland Double Tap. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about, that I actually did get to see alongside Joker, and oddly enough, it is of course a sequel to the 2009 movie Zombieland. So yeah, I guess that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about for this one. Now, beforehand, I think I might as well get one thing out of the way. I think before any of you guys ask, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, what do I think of the first Zombieland movie? Well, oddly enough, I think it came out around the time I was in my early stages in high school, so I was actually too young to actually see it around that time, but I did manage to see it very recently, quite frankly, earlier this month, where I actually got it on its on a Blu-ray Steelbook, which is awesome, and yeah, I think, and yeah, oddly enough, I did actually watch it, and of course, in case you want to know what I thought of it, I absolutely love the first Zombieland movie. I thought the story was actually really clever, I thought the characters were interesting, the actors pull off really great performances, and I really love the idea on how it can not only be scary, but also incredibly funny at the same time. So, and yeah, and quite frankly, I know over the past decade or so, I think apart from like ghosts, vampires, mummies, and whatever was popular around the time during the month of October, or quite frankly around Halloween, it turns out zombies are actually very popular nowadays, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about from plenty of other zombie movies that came out recently, like World War Z, Dawn of the Dead, and plenty of others. Yeah, and not to mention even the classic ones like Night of the Living Dead and stuff. To of course TV shows like of course The Walking Dead, for example. So yeah, I guess if anything, over the past decade or so, zombies have actually been very popular within that time, and I think it's safe to say that Zombieland is, of course, on that category of anything related to zombies. So yeah, I think I'm not really much into zombie movies, quite frankly, but yeah, like I said, with pretty much seeing horror movies in theaters, I'm actually slowly working my way towards reaching up to that, because I am letting my maturity catch up with me and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I absolutely love the first Zombieland movie with what it's trying to do, and if people were to ask me what is my favorite thing in media that is associated with zombies in particular, I would definitely say Zombieland for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I have to say about the first Zombieland movie. Now that I got that out of the way, I think I know a lot of you guys are thinking, what do I think of its sequel that officially came out 10 years later? Yeah, I know it's pretty obvious that it has been 10 years since after the first film came out, and yeah, oddly enough, I did manage to go see the sequel earlier today, just right around after I saw Joker, and I think pretty much on what I thought about this movie in particular, in case you want to know, well, oddly enough, it was good, yeah. So, yeah, I guess if anything, I actually thought Zombieland Double Tap is actually pretty good in my opinion. Like, I really don't think it's as great or as superior as the first film, but I think it's actually really fun to watch, and I think it's actually a pretty good sequel. So yeah, it's pretty much what I had to say. Oh man, that felt good. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think I might as well go ahead and jump right on to it. Story-wise, I think it's actually pretty well crafted from what I'm seeing. Yeah, I guess seeing of how it has been well over 10 years since after the first film came out. I think quite frankly, I think in the world of the movie, it actually did pick up 10 years after the events of the first film. I think it's actually pretty well crafted. I think it's got some really good ideas going. Pretty much doing what the first film did. Basically be about this dysfunctional family and stuff trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, which I actually have to say is actually pretty well done with this movie. I think in capturing with what the first film did to this one, I think it actually did pull off pretty well. So yeah, and not to mention the characters, I think they've actually really grown a whole lot since after the first film, and I think it actually does make them incredibly interesting, and you actually do care for them in a nutshell. Like you want to see them get them out of a really bad situation, and you want to see them survive the, of course, zombie apocalypse. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really loved on how the characters have grown, and not to mention the actors playing them. I actually still think they pull off some pretty good performances. Like I still can't get enough, of course, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, and Emma Stone in this movie. I think they did pull off some pretty good performances, and I think I really love on how well they age alongside their characters. Like pretty much they have grown a whole lot since after the first film came out, but they actually having changed a bit. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really love on how the characters have grown since after the first film, and like I said, the actors pull off some pretty good performances. I really loved on how well it actually turned out, and not only that, the writing, I have to say, it's actually pretty good. It's not really the best that I can say in my opinion, but I think it's actually well crafted, and not to mention some of the jokes in it, they did get me a good laugh from what I'm seeing. Yeah, and not to mention, even in some parts of it that actually that are actually scary, they actually do play up the scares incredibly well. Like there were a few moments in this movie where I was like, "Whoa, Jesus!" So yeah, I guess about anything, I have to say, not only the comedy, I thought some of the jokes in it did get me a good laugh, but some of the scares, I have to say, they actually did really scare me a bit. So yeah, and not to mention visually, I have to say it looks really interesting from what I'm seeing. Like if you actually think of the entire world being overrun by zombies, with the human race about to be endangered and stuff, you would actually see a whole bunch of stuff overgrown and stuff, and places that are abandoned, and I really love on how that pretty much in comparison to the first film. I say the second film actually did do a fine job in capturing that, and I really loved how well it actually turned out, because I know in the first film it was just a starting phase to about what's gonna happen, but in the second film it actually did play up on that build-up, and I really love on how well it actually looks. So yeah, and not to mention it's even I think of probably from what I had to figure out, I think I really love on the of course on the direction, the cinematography, and of course the editing. From what I have to say, I think they're actually incredibly well done in this movie. I really loved on how well it actually turned out, and I think the most important thing of all, I think I really love on how in pretty much the majority of this movie actually capturing what was great about the first film, and actually really doing a fine job with what it's trying to do, like of course be more open to what is actually in store next for our heroes, rather than be in the exact same situation they did last time. So yeah, I think I really love on I think those are pretty much the few things that I actually or not the few things, pretty much the majority of stuff that I actually really like in this movie. But yeah, I guess if there's one thing that I can complain about is that like I said, for a while, some of the jokes and some of the scares, I have to say are actually pretty good. Pretty much the rest, in my opinion, I think pretty much the rest of the scares and the jokes, I think pretty much the jokes, I have to say, I really didn't get. Like some of them, I will have to admit, they are a bit hit and miss at times, and not to mention the scares. I have to say, some of them, like I said, most of the majority of them, I thought were actually pretty good, and I really love on how well it actually turned out. But the rest of them, I have to say, you can actually see them coming from like a mile a minute without even noticing that one bit. So yeah, I guess if anything, I wish it could have been thought out more when this movie was in production. I just wish that maybe some things could have worked out much better. But that's just my complaint in a nutshell. So it's pretty much what I had to say. Yeah. So yeah, thought I would get that out of the way, but yeah, of course, for my final thoughts, for while not as superior as the first film, I will say Zombieland Double Tap is actually a pretty good movie, and it's actually a pretty interesting follow-up to the first film. Like, yeah. And yeah, like I said, all the stuff I said, I still love the characters on how much they've grown. I love the visuals. I love some of the jokes. I love some of the scares in it. And yeah, I really like all that stuff. So yeah, I just wish that it could have been a little bit more from what I'm expecting. But from what I had to see, it's actually still a pretty good sequel. And yeah, if you actually like the first Zombieland movie, I say definitely give the sequel a fair shot. I think you're gonna have yourself a pretty good time with it from what I'm seeing. So yeah, I guess if it's something up your alley, then of course follow the basic rules from Jesse Eisenberg's character about how to survive the zombie apocalypse in the world of Zombieland, and well, see this movie for yourself. So yeah, I guess for my final score round, but now, much like with what I did with Joker, I'll go ahead and give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's not the best in my opinion, but I still have to say it's actually a pretty fun watch from beginning to end. And yeah, like I said, I really recommend it to you guys if you ever like the first Zombieland movie. But if you haven't seen the first film, do so. It's actually a really great movie. I highly recommend it. And then afterwards, I say definitely give the sequel a fair shot. So yeah, I guess in the end, Zombieland Double Tap is actually one double tap that I'll look back on anytime soon. So So yeah, that's literally about it. That's all I've got to say for Zombieland Double Tap. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section below on what you thought of this movie, as well as leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up. And of course, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as turn on the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. So, so yeah, it's been one long day, but hey, I'm actually really glad that I actually got this movie as well as Joker out of the way right about now. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys are wondering what am I going to be talking about for next time. Well, I think you're just going to have to tune in to my next thoughts video to actually find out exactly what it is. But we'll know for sure later on, because, you know, given for my Volume 4 Ruby cosplay that I have out, I've got Retro Game Con coming up, and not to mention I still got plenty of other videos to work on before this year wraps up. So yeah, we'll definitely know for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.